I think Canning, I mean, hey, they pitched good. I didn't think we were very aggressive at all, especially on. We didn't look like we wanted to swing the bat. And when you get fastballs, you're going to have to make something, you're going to have to make somebody change, and we didn't tonight. And, and then you try to score a run off one of the best closers, in baseball, then in college baseball at least, then it's going to be a little difficult for you. But, I thought we pitched well enough. I mean, one home run, solo home run, certainly the margin for error is just really, really small for us. It kind of started on Friday last weekend, and it's just kind of been snowballing. Obviously, this is good competition, and you're going to find out what you are and what needs to happen, as you continue to evolve. But, frustrating from the standpoint of just being more competitive at the plate. I think that was, that's the big thing.
Now, you guys are off to a 5-3 start, pretty good. Your offense numbers aren't great, but what do you kind of think of the offensive approach so far, or is it something? Is it a work in progress? How is it?
Yeah, it's a work in progress. I mean, we do not have any identity to us offensively, and that is something that we're trying to create. We lost a lot of at bats from last year, but with that being said, you still have really Hutting and Hampson with the two guys that have the most experience, and then you can throw Rivera in that. Trilogy, if you will, because of his experience as a freshman, even though he didn't play much last year. So, yeah, we have a long way to go. We don't know what guys can do, and I think they don't know what they can do. So there's some uncertainty, some doubt, some insecurity as far as that, because they're solely basing everything, in my opinion, to a degree, just purely on their performance, whereas hey, it's about being competitive. It's about, putting the ball in play hard, those type of things. And we're not doing that, the last couple games. Now, will that be the whole season? I don't anticipate it, no. But at the same time, we have to do something different, and we've got to figure out, how we're going to adjust and how we're going to get better. Because with this young a team, I mean, you've got to show improvement as this season continues to evolve, and then you got to know what you need and what you can go to when you get to conference. So we got 3 weekends left, to figure that out before we open conference.
Yeah, how tough is it when you've got so many new faces to try to, instead of being able to bring along a guy and give him a bat here or there and see the maturation process that way, you got to throw a bunch of guys in there and kind of mix it up just to see what you got?
Yeah, I mean. There's not a huge amount of options at this particular point, either because of the defensive side of the ball, or, I mean, we should know our team well, internally. So we feel that who's out there at this particular point satisfies the ingredients to give us the best chance to win, which is going to be pitching and defense, first and foremost. We didn't play very good defense tonight, but we have, and we've shown the ability to play catch. So we're in the game tonight, but at some point you're going to have to score some runs and you're going to have to generate some offense. And, with that being said, are you going to give up defense in order to potentially get offense? But with that being said, there's no guarantee that the guys that we do bring in are going to be offensive as well. So because of inexperience and no lack of history. So it's challenging. There's no doubt it's challenging, but they are a good group of guys, and they do want to do well. There's no question. They like to work. They're together. But at the same time, we got to get better. We got to have some production without, squeezing the turnip dry, where that is all we're focusing on. So it's a very fragile line that you're playing there.
Would you guys, besides losing a number of bats, you also lost a number of innings from last year, basically replacing your whole rotation. How has the pitching been the first couple weekends? Seems like you guys have held teams down a little bit. What have you liked so far?
Yeah, the pitching's been good, much better than January and February when we were inter-squad. And to be honest with you, we for the most part have not given free opportunities away, which we were doing in the fall and in January. So a testament to them. We'll be fine on the mound. Now, we do have some inexperience as you bridge things in the pen a little bit, but Cruz could move into a weekend spot. He's fine and dandy. for a Tuesday for sure. I don't know if we're going to have that complete luxury, but the pitching has not been the problem. The pitching has not been the problem.
And what do you think of Cruz tonight?
I thought he was a little up than he was against Pepperdine, but again, weapons in the strike zone, and you cannot. He's not predictable. You can't sit there and say you can shrink his repertoire and say he's this type of pitcher and this is what he has to do in order to get the ball across the plate. That's not the case. So, a little maybe overthrowing. He hasn't been to the 6th inning yet, so he got stretched out a little bit tonight. But he did fine, and he did good against Pepperdine. So, that's not the issue. We need to figure out what we're going to do offensively in order to fix this and not have the margin for error be so small. Where you have Kramer hits a home run on a fastball up, and it's like you're down 10-0, and it can't be that way.